Hello, my good people, and thank you for joining this lesson. Many of you requested for this paper, and in this video, going to look at mathematics paper, that is distinction 006. Kindly grab a piece of paper, a pen, a calculator, and let's dive in, revise, and prepare. So we're going to start with section A, which has 20 marks. The first question reads, a farmer harvested, so here you have a number, sack of beans from his farm. What is the place value of digit 7? So we know that the place value so let's start with, so for 8 here, it is ones. So this is ones, tens, 100, 1,000, and then for 7, it is tens of 1,000. Therefore, the answer is D. Very easy. Number 2, convert 346 over 1,000 into decimals. Another very easy question. So remember that when you're dividing a number with zeros, any zero adds a decimal point. So the first zero adds a decimal point here, second one here, third one here, there. So it will be 0.346, and therefore the answer is C. Number 3, given that the equation of a straight line is given by y is equals to 2x plus 1, calculate the y-intercept. This is grade 9 work, equation of a straight line. So you know that y-intercept is when x is equals to 0. So if you hear y-intercept, this means when it is when x is equals to 0. So we come in this to this equation, there we have x, we put 0. Therefore we put here 0. So it will be y is equals to 2 times 0, we get 0. So 0 plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1, and therefore the answer is D. Number 4, a shop increased the price of a soap from shillings 100 to shillings 150. Calculate the percentage increase of the price of a soap. So going to work out this, allow me to use this blackboard. So you know that the formula is here. The formula for percentage increase is given by, it is the increase itself to the increase over the original multiplied by 100. So to get the increase, we have first to get the increase. So the increase, let's go back. It was 100 and then later 150. So this is the original. It was increased to 150, and therefore the increase, subtract the 2. So it will be 150 minus 100 to get the increase. So it is 150 minus 100, which you get 50. So to get the percentage increase, so the percentage increase will be the increase, which is 50. So it will be 50 over the original, it was 100, multiplied by 100. So I can see very clearly by 101 by 101. So 50 times 1, you get it is 50%. So 50%. So let us go back. Therefore, the answer is C, 50%. Number 4, Ryan recorded the marks he scored in his opener assessment as shown below. 80, 90, here you have the marks. Calculate Ryan's mean mark. So to get the mean, this is statistics. We add the marks, we divide by the number of the subjects. So we're going to add 80 plus 90 plus 60 plus 75 plus 70 plus 80 plus 90 plus 65 plus 80. So we're going to say the mean will be, we add. So if you add all this, you'll get the answer to be 690. We divide by, we count how many subjects do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to divide 690 divided by 9. So we divide by 9. So 690 divided by 9. The answer, you can see it is 76.6667. So to 2 decimal places, it will be 76.67, and therefore the answer is A. Let us go on to question number 6. A triangle below is an isosceles triangle. Angle ABC is equals to 43 degrees and AB is equals to AC. This means that side AB is equal to side AC. They are equal. Find the value of angle BAC. BAC, you look at the letter to the center. So BAC, it is here, and therefore this is the angle that we're going to find. So one property of isosceles triangle is that the base angle, they are equal. So this is the isosceles triangle. You can see these two sides are equal, and therefore these two angles are equal. So if this is 43, Also, this angle is 43 degrees. So to get this, the unknown angle, we can call x. We know that the sum of angles in a triangle add up to 180. So if we add 43 plus x, we get 180. So it will be 43 plus 43, we get 86. 86 plus x will give us 180. So is equals to 180. So to get x, we take 180 minus 86. And you can see the angle BAC is going to be 94 degrees. And therefore, the answer is C, 94 degrees. Number 7, indices, very challenging. Anastasia, grade 9 learner, was asked by a teacher to work out cube root. You can see 3 here. Cube root of 27y cubed x power 6. What was our answer? So going to work out this, we're going to teach you some 2 important laws that we're going to use in this question. So this is the law. So we have 2 important law. We call it the power law. The power law. So if you have A can be any number, raised to m, then raised to another power. So you pick what is inside, it is A, then you multiply the powers, m times n. So m times n. So if you have, for example, 2 raised to power 3, and then it is raised to another power, power 2, you pick the base, what is inside, it is going to be 2, then multiply the powers, 3 times 2, you get 6. Then the next, this is the first law we're going to use. Then the next important law is the fractional indices, the fractional powers. If you have a square root of a number A, you can rewrite this, we remove the square root sign, and you can put a fraction. So this is the same as A raised to a half. So if you have square root, it is raised to a half. If you have a cube root of a number A can be any number, it is the same as A. Then now the fraction is, if you have cube root, it is 1 over 3. So we're going to apply these 2 laws to solve that question. So if you have cube root of 64, you can write this as 64 raised to 1 over 3. Yes, good. So we're going to apply these 2. Here we have 27, cube root of 27y cubed x power 6. I'm going to write it here. So I'm going to work it out here. So cube root. So we have cube root of 27 y power 3 and x power 6. So the first step is to remove this cube root sign, and we're going to put the fractional power. So it will be 27 y power 3 and x power 6 raised to, all of this raised to, remember I've said it is 1 over 3, raised to 1 over 3. Then from there, we're going to apply the power law. So this is the powers of power. So you multiply the powers. So this will be, so I'm picking the base, it will be 27. The power is 1, so it is 1 times a third, so it will be 27 raised to a third. Next, it will be, you pick the base, y, then you multiply the powers, 3 times a third, we get, it is 1. Then finally, multiply by, you pick x, the base, we multiply the power, 6 times a third, so by 3, 1 by 3, 2, we get it is x power 2. So 27 raised to a third, this means the cube root of 27, and then we know that the cube root of 27 is 3, so this will be 3 multiplied by y power 1 multiplied by x squared. So if you multiply these 3, get the answer is 3yx squared. So that is the answer, 3yx squared. And therefore, the answer is B, 3yx squared. Number 8. What is the volume of rectangular box whose length, breadth, and height is 2r, 6p, and 4q? Volume of rectangular box. We know that the volume is given by formula. We know that volume is given by length times width times height. So the length is 2r, so it will be 2r multiplied by the breadth. The width is 6p. 6p multiplied by the height, it is 4q. So 4q. We need to multiply the numbers. 2 times 6 times 4. 2 times 6, 12. 12 times 4 is 48, so it will be 48. And then r, multiply the letters, r times p, it is rp. Rp times q becomes rpq, so it is rpq. You can see the answer is D, 48 rpq. As you're doing the questions, feel free to pause the video, try yourself, and then come and look the answer. That way you'll be revising and also learning. Number 9. solve for the unknown. We have 10 power 2y is equals to 100. This is indices. So you can see here the base is 10 and the power is 2y. Also, we're going to write 100 as base 10 because here we have 10. So we ask ourselves, how can we rewrite 100 in terms of base 10? You know that if you take 10 raised to power 2, that is 10 squared, we get 100. So this will be 10 power 2y. 10 power 2y is equals to 100 will be 10 power 2 because 10 squared is 100. So if the bases are the same, you can see here 10, 10, then the powers must be the same. So we're going to equate the power. So we're going to say 2y is equals to 2. So to get y, divide here by 2, divide here by 2. So you can see y is 2 over 2, which is 1. 2 divided by 2, you get 1. Number 10. The figure below is a rhombus. Find its area. Another very simple example. So you know that area of a rhombus is given by the base multiplied by the perpendicular height, where h is the perpendicular height. This is the base and this is the perpendicular height. You can see this symbol here, and therefore it is not 20. This is the perpendicular height. We're going to take area to be the base, it is 20, multiplied by the height, which is 12. You multiply these two, you can see the answer is 240 centimeters square, and therefore the correct option is B. Number 11. The distance between Madungwin Comprehensive School and Kijotanga Comprehensive School is approximately 20 kilometers. If the scale length between two schools on a map is 5 centimeters, find the scale used in statement form. So we know that this is the work about scales. So we know that we always start with the map and then we go to the ground. So we start with the map and then the ground. So the map here we have 5 centimeters on the map. So we write 5 centimeters on the map. Represent on the ground we have 20 kilometers. So we're going to write represent 20 kilometers. We can simplify this. So we can divide all through by 5. So we divide here by 5. Also here by 5 we can see 5 divided by 5 we get 1 centimeter to represent 20 divided by 5, 4 kilometer. And therefore the answer is A. 1 centimeter represents 4 kilometer on the ground. That is the answer to question number 11. Number 12, express the number into standard form. So we're going to express this number into standard form. I always teach my students this very simple mnemonic that if you move to the right, the sign is negative. So rice and nyama. Rice R for right, the sign is negative. If you move the decimal point to the right is this direction. You can see it is to the right hand side. Then the sign is negative. We're going to move this decimal. How many steps and which direction? So we're going to move the decimal to a number between A, where A is between 1 and 9. This means that the number that is behind the decimal should be between 1 and 9. Therefore, we're going to move how many steps we count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number is going to be 3.46 times 10. So you have moved how many steps? 4 steps to the right. So 4. And remember, right is negative, and then you put a negative sign. So rice and nyama, right is negative. And therefore, from the options given, the correct answer is C. 3.46 times 10 raised to negative 4. So don't forget rice and nyama. And if you like rice and nyama, you can also like this video. We continue to question number 13. Find the circumference of the figure below. Take pi 22 all over 7. So here we have a circle. So you know that circumference, this is another simple question. Circumference is given by pi d, where d is the diameter of our circle. So this will be the pi, we have it is a constant, 22 over 7 multiplied by the diameter. So this is radius, 14 is radius. So to get the diameter, multiply 14 times 2, or we add 14 plus 14. So we get the diameter is 28. So by 7, 1 by 7, 4, 22 times 4, we get it is 88 centimeter, and therefore that is the circumference of this circle. Number 14. 2 bells rings at intervals of 30 minutes and 45 minutes. If they rang together at 10 a.m., what time had they rang together before? 1 mark. So this is application of LCM and GCD. We're going to work it on our blackboard. So let us work it here on our blackboard. So LCM of, it was 30 and 45. So I'm going to do it quickly. So here we have 30, 30. So 30 and 45. So going to start by 2. So that divided by 2, you get 15. Here we have 45. So by 3, you get 5, 15. By 3 again, you get 5 and 5. So by 5, you get 1, 1. So the LCM will be 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. So 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 3, 18, 18 times 5. So the answer is 90. And since 30 and 45, it was in minutes, and therefore it is 90 minutes. It is going to ring, the bell will ring together after 90 minutes. You can convert minutes into hours. So you know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So in 90 minutes, we are going to have 1 hour. So it is going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes. So this means the bell rings together after 1 hour, 30 minutes. So after every 1 hour, 30 minutes, they're going to ring together. So they had rung together at 10 a.m. At what time did they rung together again? So they're asking us the previous time the bell had rung together again. So to get the previous time, we're going to subtract. So we pick 10:00 a.m. We subtract the time, which is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So this is 00. We're going to borrow 1. So 1 hour, it comes here. This is minutes, so it becomes 60. So 60 minus 30, we get 30. So here we have 30. So we remain with 9 because we borrowed 1. So 9 minus 1, we get 8. Therefore, the time is 8:30 a.m. So the answer is C, 8:30 a.m. Number 15, this is about rates of work. 3 tractors can plow a piece of land in 6 days. Find the number of days it will take 9 similar tractors to plow the same piece of land. So I usually teach students using reasoning method. So we're going to use a column here. You write tractors, T for tractors, there you put days. So 3 tractors going to take how many days? You are given 6 days, so you write 6. Find the number of tractors, find the number of days, it will take 9 similar tractors. So you ask yourself, what about 9 tractors? You put a question mark. So you reason this way. If 3 tractors take 6 days, what about 9 tractors? They take more days or less days? So you can see it's going to take less days. Why? Because the number of tractors, they have increased, and therefore the days will be less. So you pick a number which is less between 3 and 9. The number which is less is 3. So you pick 3 over 9. So you pick a less number over the other number, multiply by the number that we have there. So multiply by 6. So you can see by 3, 1, or you can multiply 3 times 6 is 18. 18 divided by 9 is 2. And therefore, the answer is 2 days. Oh, sorry. The answer is 2, which is here. The answer is 2 days. And therefore, the answer is A. Number 16, on equation of straight lines. Calculate the value of the x-intercept in the equation below. Y is equal to 3x minus 9. So again, when you hear x-intercept, this is when y is equals to 0. Y-intercept is when x is equals to 0, and x-intercept is when y is equals to 0. So here we have y in this equation, you put 0. So you can see you have y here, so you put 0 is equals to, here you have 3x minus 9. I can collect like terms together. I can take negative 9 to the left, sorry. So it becomes positive. So 9 is equals to 3x. So to get x, we're going to divide by 3. So over 3 over 3. So x will be 3. 9 divided by 3. I can see x is equals to 3. The answer is B. Number 17. The temperature of water was 12 degrees Celsius. If the temperature increased by 4 degrees Celsius, what was the new temperature of the water? So the temperature is going to rise, and therefore if it is rising, we're going to add. So it was 12 degrees Celsius. It increased by 4. So to get the new temperature, we add 12 plus 4. We get 16 degrees Celsius. Number 18. The 3 sides of a triangle are as shown. Here we have x plus 3. You can see here x plus 3, x plus 3, 2x plus 1. Find the perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter is the distance around a figure. So we're going to add all these three. So it will be perimeter. So perimeter will be, you can start with x plus 3 plus x plus 3 plus 2x plus 1. So you collect like terms together. X plus x, 2x, 2x plus 2x, you get 4x. You can add the numbers, 3 plus 3. So this 3 plus this 3, 6, 6 plus this 1, we get plus 7. So this is the perimeter, 4x plus 7 centimeter. That is the answer. Number 19, workout. This is also grade 9 matrices. You need to subtract these two matrices. So here we have the matrix here minus this other matrix. So we're going to start with, we subtract the respective elements. So we start with -2 minus -5. So I'm going to write here so that you can see -2 minus -5. So minus and minus becomes a plus. -2 plus 5, we get 3. Therefore, you can see this one is not true, wrong. Also, this one is not true. Here we have -7. Also, D is not true. Therefore, you can see the correct option is B, but we can continue. So this is 3. Then you have 8 minus 2. It is 6. That one is okay. 3 minus -4. Minus becomes a plus. 3 plus 4, it is 7. That is okay. Then finally, 4 minus -3, you get 7. Therefore, the correct option is B. Number 20. Paul, Harrison, and Laura shared that 6,000 in the ratio 3:5:4 respectively. How much did Laura get? So allow me to use this space because there was space is very limited. Sorry for that. I'm going to use this space to work out number 20. This is sharing, this is ratio. So this is also grade 8 work, I believe, grade 8 work. So here we have 3 people. So the ratio is given by 3:5:4. So Paul, ratio. This is for Harrison, ratio Laura. So to get the share of Laura, so it will be the ratio for Laura, it is 4. Because they are sharing, we're going to add 3 plus 5, 8. 8 plus 4, it is 4/12. Multiplied by the amount which are sharing, which is 36,000. So we're going to multiply by 36,000. So if we multiply this keenly, you will see by 12,1 by 12,3, 3 times 4, we get the answer is 12,000. So Laura's share is 12,000. And the correct option is A. We continue. So that is the end to section A. How many marks would you get if this was your exam? Kindly let us know in the comment section. This was your exam. How many marks would you have scored in section A? We continue with section B, which is 80 marks. This is where the real challenge begins. Here we have structured questions. We have the first question, which reads, Mr. Rua wrote the number 7.624 on the blackboard. Express the number 7.624 in standard form. So you can see already here, number that is behind the decimal here on the left, it is 7, and therefore, you know that 7 is between 1 and 9, and therefore this number is okay. Therefore, to write in standard form, it will be 7.624 times 10 power 0. Why power 0? Because you know that anything raised to 0 is 1. So 10 power 0, we get 1. The 1 multiplied by 7.624, we still get 7.624. Therefore, this is the number in standard form. Part B. Use tables of cubes to find the cube of 7.624 cube. So I'm going to teach you with my example, and then I'm going to give you this as an assignment so that I can see if you are following. So I'm going to use this example. So 2.464. So find the cube of 2.464. You need to use mathematical table. Here we have our mathematical table. So 2.464, we start by reading. We go to the column of x. We read 2.4. So we come here. This is the column of x. So you read 2.4. You look for 2.4. You can see my 2.4 is here. So this is 2.4. 2.4 is here. So it was 2.46. So you look for 6. So you go straight looking up where we have 6. So you move this way. You can see here we have 6. So you read this value. So this is the value that intersects this column of 6. So you can see 6 and 2.4 meet here. And therefore, the number is here. It is 14.887. So we're going to write here 14.887. Finally, we have another number, 4. So we read 4 in the column of add. So we continue straight, looking up. This is a 4. You can see 4 is here. So you can see here we have 72. So the number is 72. So you can see 4 is here. It is written add. Going to add 72. Is it 72? Yeah, going to add 72 here. So we add this. So we add the number here. So we add these two numbers. 7 plus 2 is 9. 8 plus 7, 15. Carry 1. 8 plus 1, 9. Then we have 14. So the cube of 2.464 is 14.959. Kindly try for 7.624 and see if you're going to get those 3 marks. Thank you for your responses. I'm waiting for your responses. Number 22. In the figure below, lines A and B are parallel. Line K intersect the lines A and B at X and Y respectively. Determine the values of Q, R, and S. So we know that from this diagram, these two angles, 40 and R, these two angles are vertically opposite angles. We know that vertically opposite angles are always equal. And therefore, if this is 40, also R is 40. And therefore, we're going to say R is 40 degrees. So R here, it is 40 degrees. What about Q? Look here, you can see this is a straight line. So here we have a straight line. Then here we have angle 40. Then here we have angle Q. So Q is here. So you know that angles on a straight line add up to 180. This means 40 plus Q get 180. Therefore, to get Q, it will be 180 minus 40, which we get Q is 140 degrees. And therefore, Q is 140 degrees. What about S? So remember something about alternate angles. So alternate angles, I teach my students that if you see letter Z, so Z looks like this. So these two angles here and here, we can call it X and Y. These two angles are equal. We call them alternate angles, whereby this is a parallel line, this is a parallel line, and this is a transversal. So you can also see here, this is the letter Z, it is here. So this means R and Y, these are alternate angles. And therefore, if R is 40, also Y is going to be 40 degrees. So to get S, this angle is opposite to this one, and therefore this one is also 40 degrees. To get S, the line on a straight line, so it will be 180 minus 40, and therefore S is 140 degrees. There are so many ways of getting. I've used the alternate angles to get angle S. So that is the answer to question number 22. You get those 3 marks. Number 23. Bruno formed a number M by writing all prime between 0 and 10 in descending order. Determine the number M. Therefore, you know that we're going to write the numbers from 0 to 10. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally we have 10. So we're going to write all the prime numbers. Prime numbers we have 2 is the smallest prime number. So you have 2. Another prime number is 3. Another prime number is 5. Another prime number is 7. So these are the prime numbers. So descending means from the largest to the smallest. And therefore, M is going to be, number is going to be 753, 7532. So it is 7,532. You get those 2 marks. So this is the number M, 7,532. Part B, state the total value of the digit 5 in the number formed. So place value, so total value. It is very easy, total value, so of digit 5. So it is 5, so the digit is 5, so it is 5. Multiply by its place value. So this is ones, this is tens, this is hundreds. Ones, tens, hundreds. So it will be 5 times 100. We get 500. Therefore, the total value of digit 5 is 500. 100. We continue with number 24. Here again you have matrices. Here we have matrix A, matrix B, and matrix C. We're going to find A minus B. So A minus B, going to write here we have the matrix. Here we have A, we have 0, 2, 1, 4, 6, 3, minus B. B we have 3, 2, 1. Then here we have negative 1, negative 3, and negative 4. So we're going to subtract the respective elements of the matrix. So this will be start by 0 minus 3. So 0 minus 3, get negative 3. Then we move 2 minus 2, we get 0. 1 minus 1, we get 0. We continue with the below here. At the bottom we have 4 minus minus 1. You can see 4 minus minus 1. 4 minus minus becomes a plus. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then 4 minus minus 3. And then again minus and minus becomes a plus. 6 plus 3 is 9. Finally 3 minus minus 4. It is 3 plus 4, you get 7. Therefore, that is the answer. It is negative 3. This is the element. This is the matrix. What about A plus B minus C? So we're going to work out also that one. A plus B. So here we have matrix A. Matrix A, it was 0 to 1. 0 to 1, 4, 6, 3. Plus, going to add B. B is a 3 to 1. 3 to 1. Negative 1. Negative 3. Negative 4. And subtract C. So minus C. The matrix is negative 4. Negative 3. 6. We have 3. 8. And 7. So we're going to add and then subtract. Very easy. So we add and then subtract. So the answer will be, I'm going to write the final answer. So 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 minus minus 4 becomes a plus. 3 plus 4 gets 7. 2. So you have 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 minus minus 3. So 4 plus 3 get again 7. 1 plus 1, it is 2. 2 minus 6. So 2 minus 6, we get negative 4. At the bottom, we add 4 plus minus 1, we get, it is 3. Then 3 minus 3, we get 0. We continue. 6 plus minus 3, so it is 6 minus 3, we get 3. Then 3 minus 8. 3 minus 8, we get negative 5. Finally, we have 3 plus minus 4, get negative 1. So negative 1 minus 7. Negative 1 minus 7, get the answer is negative 8. And therefore, that is the answer to part B. Continue to number 25. The diagram below shows points of a straight line on a Cartesian plane. The line passes through points A, 3, 4, and B, 5, 8. Part A. Calculate the gradient of the straight line above. Part B. Find the equation of a straight line in A above. So it is very simple. We take the points. Here we have the 2 points. So here we have a point A, which is 3, 4. Another point B, which is a 5, 8. So going to, that gradient is given by change in y over change in x. So this is x, this is y. This is x, this is y. So change means we subtract the 2. So I'm going to start with the point B. It will be 8 minus 4 over, we come to x. We start also with B. It is 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3. So 8 minus 4, get 4. 5 minus 3, we get 2. So 4 divided by 2, the gradient is equals to 2. And we score those 2 marks. Part B. Find the equation of a straight line in A above. So to find the equation, we pick any of the points. You can pick point A or B. So you pick any point. So I'm going to pick A. It is 3, 4. Then we pick another point. They are known. We pick X and Y. And the gradient, remember, the gradient is equals to 2. So since we have the gradient, we know that change in y by change in x equals to the gradient. We're going to say change in y, I'm going to start with this side. So y minus 4 over x minus 3 is equals to 2. Then we can cross multiply to remove the denominators. We're going to multiply this x minus 3 by 2. So this is the easiest way. So I remain with y minus 4 is equals to 2. Use a bracket into x minus 3. So we open the bracket. This will be y minus 4 is equals to, this is a 2x minus 6. You can collect like terms together. I'm going to continue here on the right. So we take negative 4 to the right, it becomes a plus. So we remain with y is equals to 2x minus 6 plus 4. And therefore the equation is y is equals to 2x minus 6 plus 4, you get minus 2. Therefore the equation is y is equals to 2x minus 2. Sorry for this 2. Writing is difficult with this pen, but I'm trying. So it is 2x minus 2. That is the equation. So we have answered part B. Part C. Express the equation in B above in the form y is equals to mx plus c. Set the value of x-intercepts and y-intercepts. So this is the form already. You can see y is equals to mx plus c. So it is the same. So we have on the left y is equals to, on the right we have mx plus c. So here you can see we have, it is y, then we have 2x minus 2. So that is okay. So that is okay. And then next part we get the x-intercept and y-intercept. Remember we said x-intercept is when y is equals to 0. We need to start with x-intercept. It is when y is equals to 0. So where we have y, we put 0. So in this equation we put here 0. It will be 0 is equals to 2x minus 2. So we take negative 2 to the left, it becomes a positive. So here we have 2 is equals to 2x. So divide by 2, divide by 2. You can see my x is 2 over 2, which is 1. So my x-intercept is 1. You can write the coordinate. Coordinate will be, so x is 1 and y, already y is 0. So y is 0. So this is the x-intercept. For y-intercept, kindly I'm going to leave it as an assignment. You can also try and let us know in the comment section. What is the y-intercept? Remember we said y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So put here 0, then you'll find the y-intercept. We continue with the question number 26. The number of female tutors in a school in our term zone is 8 more than the male tutors. If the total number of tutors is not more than 50, determine the inequality representing the number of male tutors in that school. So we're going to form the inequality. So because here we have the female tutors are more, we have 8 more than the male tutors. Let the male tutors to be x. So let the male tutors to be x. So to get for the female, so female, we have 8 more than. This means it is x for the male plus 8. So for the female, it will be x plus 8 because we are given here, it is 8 more than the male tutors. So if the male tutors, they are x, the number is x, and therefore the female will be x plus 8. Then here we have, if the total number of tutors is not more than 50, total number means if you add the male and the female, it is not more than 50. More than 50, very important. It is important for us to understand more than 50 means it can be 50 or less than 50. So we're going to add these two. So we're going to say the total number x plus 8 is not more than 50, and therefore it can be less than 50 or equal to 50. So that is the meaning of not more than 50. So x plus 8, we get 2x plus 8 is less or equal to 50. So we can collect like terms together, take positive 8 to the right, it becomes minus. So we remain with 2x is less or equal 50 minus 8, 42. So you can divide by x to get, you can divide by here by 2, here by 2, and you can see x is less or equal to, you can see x is less or equal to 42 divided by 2, 21. That is the answer. X is less or equal to 21. Therefore, that is the answer. That is the inequality representing the number of male tutors in that school. We continue with the 27. solve the inequality. We're going to solve this inequality. So here we have 4 minus 3x is greater or equal to 19. So 4 minus 3x is greater or equal to 19. We're going to collect like terms together. We take 4 to the right, it becomes minus, so we remain with negative 3x is greater than or equal to 19 minus 4. So negative 3x is greater than or equal to 19 minus 4, we get 15. So to get x, we divide by negative 3 divided by negative 3. So if we divide this, we get x. Anytime you're dividing by a negative number or we multiply by a negative number, bear this in mind that the sign is going to change. Inequality sign is going to change. So we're dividing by a negative number, therefore it's going to change and be less than or equal to 15 divided by negative 3, you get x is less than or equal to, you get negative 5. So that is the answer. So anytime you're dividing or multiplying by a negative number, the sign changes. Part B. Draw a graph to represent the inequality of a solution in A above. So remember, our inequality is here. It means our inequality was x is less than or equal to negative 5. So we're going to represent these on a graph. So this is our graph. So remember, our inequality was x is less than or equal to 5. So when you have this, we're going to remove this inequality sign, you put equal sign. So this is the line is x is equals to 5. So we need to draw the line x is equals to 5. Before we draw the line x is equals to 5, it is important for us to understand this. If the inequality sign is less than or equal to or greater or equal to, use a continuous line. So this is very important. And when the sign is less than or greater than, use a dotted line when drawing inequality, when representing inequality on a graph. So when it is less than or equal to, ama hii ingine, continuous line. When it is less than or greater than, is no equal to, use a continuous line. I hope I'm clear. So because this is less than or equal to, which line am I going to use? I'm going to use a continuous line. So I'm going to use a continuous line. So remember our equation was x is equals to 5. So this is the line which cuts the x-axis at 5. So I'm going to make a scale. So it was negative 5, sorry. It was negative 5. Remember, it was negative 5. Thank you for reminding me it was negative 5. So it is x is equals to negative 5. So I'm going to, this is the line that cuts the x-axis at negative 5. Let us make the scale. So I'm going to write here 1, 2, 3, 4. The negative sides, here you have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, and so on. The bottom on the y, we're going to use the same scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So I've said the line x is equals to negative 5. This is the line that cuts the x-axis at negative 5. So this is the x-axis, this is the y. So we come to negative 5. This is negative 5. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. Since the line is continuous, this is my line here. So sorry for that. I'm going to pick my line here. So I'm going to draw a straight line. So this is my straight line cutting negative 5. I hope you can see it. So this is the line x is equals to 5. So this is the line x. This is the problem with this thing. So this is the line. This is the line x is equals to negative 5. Then the next part is to shade the unwanted side. So we ask ourselves the values which are less than negative 5, because our inequality was here. X is less than or equal to negative 5. So we ask ourselves, values which are less than negative 5, are they to the left or to the right? So you pick one number. For example, negative 6 is less than negative 5. -7. As we move to the left, the numbers become smaller and smaller. And therefore, this is the wanted side. This is the unwanted side because -4, it is greater than -5. So you want the wanted side, we shade this unwanted side. So we shade, this is the unwanted side because we want values which are less than -5. So we shade the unwanted side. Therefore, this is the wanted side and we have represented it on a graph. We continue. I hope it is clear. If you have any question, kindly ask in the comment section. I'm going to answer you. Number 28. Express into index form to base 10. So here we have log of this is 100,000 is equals to 5. So anytime you don't have a base, remember that the base is always 10. So this will be log of 10. Then we have 100,000 is equals to 5. So I'm going to teach you how to change logarithms into index notation. So it is very, very easy. So how do we change? So if you have a log of A to base B is equals to a constant, on the right you have a constant number, then you pick the base raised to the constant is equals to whatever we have on the left. So this means it is B raised to C is equals to A. I'm going to do the same here. You pick the base, 10 you raise to the number here, 5 is equals to whatever we have there. So you're going to write, I'm going to say the answer is, so we pick 10 raised to 5. So we're going to say 10 raised to 5 is equals to what is here. So is equals to 100,000. So we get those 2 marks. What about part B? Log x is equals to y. So remember the base is 10. So log, put the base is 10. So x is equals to y. Again, we're going to use that easy formula. 10 raised to y is equals to whatever we have there. So it will be 10 raised to y is equals to x. So that is how we can change logarithms into index notation. Number 29. A school has 400 learners. 50 of the learners play handball. Find the percentage of learners who play handball. This is another very easy question. The percentage will be, you're going to take, it is those who play handball is 50 over the total students. We have 400. Multiply it, change into percentage, you multiply by 100. So it will be 50 over 400. 50 divided by 400 times 100. If you multiply that, you'll see the percentage of learners who play handball is 12.5%. So that is the answer. We get those 2 marks. Number 30. Calculate the volume of a cylinder of 7 centimeter radius and 20 centimeter height. Take pi to be 12 over 7. Another simple question. You know that volume of a cylinder, the formula is pi r squared h. So pi is going to be 22 over 7 times the radius. The radius it is 7 times the height. The height is 20. So we're going to multiply 22 all over 7 times 7. You can see here by 7, 1 by 7, 1. So it is 22 times 7 times 20. And the answer is 38 centimeters cube. So it is 3080 cubic centimeter. So 3080 cubic centimeter. So I'm going to stop there because I can see it is almost 50 minutes. I don't like making long videos. I'm going to continue very soon from question number 31 all the way to question number 40. And therefore, kindly stay updated. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, also subscribing. See you in the next video. Best wishes.